Hello, I'm Niño, a holistic esthetician based in the SF Bay Area, and today I am so excited because I'll be doing my masterclass with you. I'll be teaching you all about holistic skincare and how to make your skin healthy, supple, and glowing. I mean, who doesn't want that, right? I'll be going through every single step of my facial, and I'll be doing it on myself so that you can see how I mix the product, how I apply the product, and how it is super effective on the skin. I'm very excited to show you all the steps of what the product is, how to use it, and what the benefits are. In this masterclass, I'll be showing you my techniques and professional tips and tricks, as well as the holistic perspective of skincare. And I'll be using Laurel Skin today, which I've been using professionally and personally for 6 years now. I do have this top on, but when I come closer, it looks like I don't have anything. Just wanted to show you guys that I am actually wearing something. But having a tube top or a tank top would be great to get you started. That way you can work also on the neck and décolleté as well as your face. I do sell these products after my facials. I have them in my online shop. And if you're interested in booking a facial with me, if you're in the Bay Area, my booking website is sacredfacials.shop/contact, or just sacredfacials.com, and you can navigate through the website. So what you will need for this video, if you're following along with me, is a fan brush, a little mixing bowl. Doesn't matter if it's glass. This one's cute because it's like a pinch bowl, but this works beautifully for my slow beauty masks. So these two items, mask and a bowl, and a towel, clean preferably, and then a bowl of water, or if you're doing this over the sink, and a clean facial towel. And then for the products, what you'll need is a cleanser. So either the Laurel Skin Effortless Cleanser, like the one I use for my dry, mature skin, or if you have an acne skin type or more of an oily combo skin type, you're going to want to use the Support Cleanser. The next step in our skincare routine will be the almond exfoliant. You can see that this is a very dry mask, so we'll be mixing that with water. And that's the almond rose exfoliant, so that's the second step in the facial. The third step is the honeyberry enzyme mask. Isn't that beautiful? It smells amazing too. So that's the third step. And then you'll need your treatment mask. It doesn't matter which treatment mask it is from Laurel Skin. If it's the antioxidant, the gentle, the brightening, I think she's got a few others, detox, just as long as we're getting a treatment mask in our skincare routine. So this one is the gentle mask. You can see that this is also dry, and then you want to mix it with water. And the reason why we do a dry form mask is because it packs a punch. It has 40% more antioxidants, and it gives us more results. Now, the gentle mask is the one that I'll be choosing today for my treatment mask, and this has 24 whole organic plants in it, including marshmallow root, which is like nature's hyaluronic acid. It brings down inflammation and it plumps the skin, makes it hydrated and beautiful. Right now, I'm going to come up close to the camera so you can see. I don't have any makeup on, except for, a little bit on my eyes and lips to keep my lips hydrated, but I have super dry skin. I've got some melasma. I haven't even cleansed my face today because I'm going to go through step by step with you. So we've got our treatment mask, and then the last steps will be the elixir. So I'm using the Hydrating Elixir 1. This is great for people with dry skin types, sensitive skin too. And then if you have an acne type skin or oily combo, you'll want to use the Hydrating Elixir. Same exact as this, but it has different constituents in it. And the last steps will be our balm and a serum, okay? Now, I personally like the antioxidant and the sun serums, sun damage repair serum. And I'll be using the day balm as well for our facial massage. So altogether we have 7 steps in this skincare routine, okay? 7 steps, 7 products. Now, typically I'm more of a minimal person, so I'll do a 3 or 4 step routine. I like to exfoliate 2 to 3 times a week, and then I mask 2 to 3 times a week as well. And everything is with the Laurel Skin
This is
line.
a
7-step process with 7 different products. These are all Laurel Skin products. And for me, typically, I'm a really minimal person, so I'll do 3 to 4 steps of my skincare routine once or twice a day. It doesn't matter when you do it. If you want to do it twice a day, that's absolutely fine. 3 to 4 extended version. So we're doing 7 steps today. These are the steps that I take in my facial. So our first step, we are going to actually mix the Almond Rose exfoliant mask. The reason why we're doing this first is so that we can let it steep with the water like a tea. And so when we put the water into the Almond Rose mask, it's going to expand the granules and make them a little bit softer and more gelatinous. Okay, so I'm just adding water. I'm trickling it in with my fingers. So I'll show you what I'm doing here. And you don't want to put too much, so you'll have to go little by little. I haven't mixed it yet, but what you want to do next is just gently mix it. And you can see it's already starting to get a little bit thicker. But if we can let this steep like a tea and let those granules expand for a few minutes while we're doing our cleanse, this is really going to up our skincare game here. Also, when you add water to the Laurel Skin masks, this helps to activate the plant matter. It will not be activated if it's dry, so you must mix it with water. Okay, so that's a really nice consistency. You can see it's not too runny, it's not too thick, and of course we'll apply it to wet skin. Okay, so now we've mixed our mask, and then we're gonna go in and do our cleanse. So I always give my Laurel Skin cleanser a really good shake to emulsify all of the ingredients. And on the bottle in the back here, she has a 6M, which means that this product will expire in 6 months from the open date. So it's really good to use your products up. That's the whole point of buying them, right? We want to use them. I have a lot of people that hold on to their stuff for months, even years, and it's like, no girl, use that stuff. All right, so I'm gonna get my skin wet. Bring it all the way down the neck, on the décolleté. And I have clean hands, very important. Okay. And then I've got my towel here, so I'll just gently dry my hands, give this a good shake, and do about 5 to 6 pumps. Apply from the middle of your face outwards. So we're going to spread the product out. And then we're gently going to massage. Now this is a creamy consistency. This is not a foaming cleanser. And I love this cleanser because I can actually smell the plant medicine and it feels amazing on the skin. For me personally, I think gentle is better. The product is not harsh, it doesn't strip your skin of its natural oils. And giving yourself a little facial massage in the morning with this cleanser helps to stimulate blood flow. Now, when you're doing your massage, you can gently do circular motions from underneath your ear down to the clavicle. And what this does is it helps to stimulate lymphatic drainage. And this is really, really light. So we're going to go from inside of the face out and then down to the clavicle. If you feel that your cleanser is drying out, just add a little more water and keep massaging into the congested areas. For me, my congestion happens around my nose area. What we're doing is breaking up the stagnation, really getting the plant medicine into the pores And the oil is like a magnet. It's pulling out all the dirt, debris, pollution, if you're doing this in the evening. And it's helping to stabilize any free radicals that might have attacked the skin throughout the day. But if you're doing this in the morning like I am, it's really great to just loosen up this area here. This helps to relieve sinus congestion, blackheads, melia, whiteheads. We're stimulating blood flow and then bringing it down the neck very gently. Very, very gently. And this helps to stimulate, bringing everything down to our drainage point. If we were a bathtub, this would be our drain right here, right above our collarbone here. And you can just do a couple of little pumps here, and that's it. Now we're cleaning around the jaw area. I have a lot of congestion in my chin area. A lot of it's hormones. Digestive issues usually happen on the forehead. If you do have severe or cystic acne, perhaps you want to talk with a dietitian, a holistic dietitian preferably, somebody who can help you balance that blood sugar and help you detox your liver, because that's really where the acne starts. And it can be exacerbated by spiking the blood sugar. So let's say, for example, you drink coffee in the morning and then you don't eat for an extended period of time. The coffee will spike the blood sugar and make the androgens, which are the male sex hormones, aggravated, and then it causes more acne. So I've massaged my cleanser into my face and neck, and I'm going to remove it now. You want to massage the cleanser for about 1 minute to help release the stagnation, increase blood circulation, and really massage those plant oils into the skin. Then I'll take my wet Japanese towel here, or you can use your clean towel, and then I just remove it very gently. I like to use hot water, but warm water is great. Cold water doesn't feel that wonderful unless you have rosacea or you run hot typically, so a cool towel would feel much better on your skin. If you have more inflammation, I can already see that my skin is so much more hydrated. It's looking a little more glowy. So as you can see, my skin is much more hydrated. It feels softer, and those areas that I touched on earlier are not as rough. So I broke up the stagnation. I helped release a little bit of the sinus pressure that I was having from, waking up this morning and feeling a little bit stuffy. And then I used water and massaged everything to move that stagnation and stimulate blood flow. And I brought it from the inside of my face to the outside of my face and then down the neck area. I took my towel and removed it. And you can do this towel method. You can remove twice if that feels good for you. What this cleanser does is it leaves a little bit of a coating on the skin. Now, I love the way this feels because I have really dry, sensitive skin, so it really moisturizes and hydrates and plumps everything up. Next is our almond rose exfoliant that we let steep. Now you can see that it's gotten really gelatinous, and what I'll do is just trickle in a little bit more water because I don't want it to be that thick. Now that the granules have expanded. Okay, now we're going to apply water with our fan brush all over the face. Okay. I don't typically bring this mask down onto my neck unless I feel like this area is really texturized and needs a little bit of movement. So just for today's purposes, I will go ahead and put it all over my face and neck for you. And we'll just apply it with the fan brush, which makes this process a heck of a lot easier because it is a really messy process, but the results are incredible. So it's worth it. Just apply this all over. I love how my skin looks after using this mask, and I love how my clients' skin looks after using this mask. Takes a minute to apply it. But again, this is slow beauty, so this is really taking time for yourself out of your busy week. You can do this a couple times a week. And I don't let anything go to waste. I try to use every little granule. Like I said, it's messy, but it is so super effective. Okay, so I just take the excess, and then I clean off my brush with a little bit of water, dry it on my towel. And then I get all the excess granules, extra granules, and then I apply onto my neck. Okay, now we're massaging gently in circular motions with a medium pressure. This is not a super firm pressure. I'm going in and stimulating that blood flow, and I like to go just slightly over that orbital bone. You don't want to get too close to your eye area, but this is skin that needs to be treated, but always be more gentle under your eye area. Really get into the congested areas, the chin, around the mouth. Really stimulate this area here. Circular motions. You can do this over your lips as well. And then the forehead area. I like to do these C moves here. This is what I do on my clients as well. Eye area. We've let the mask sit for 10 minutes, and now I'm going to remove it with my towel and water. Warm water, hot water is fine. Just don't burn your skin. This is messy, but it's fun. Now I'm removing from the neck first, and then I'll move up the face. If your towel is too dry, it won't work that well. So just make sure your towel is wet. And you can go from the outside to the inside, around the eye area. This is a vein here on the side of my head, and I've had that since I was a kid. And it's so annoying because people would come up to me and literally lick their finger and try to remove it from my face. And I'm like, it's not makeup, it's not dirt. So that's what that is. The next step is the honeyberry enzyme mask. And I'll be putting just about a teaspoon of this onto my skin. Onto wet skin is preferable. So you'll just take some water, apply it. Now we're already into our third step of the facial. Okay, and then we'll take the honey, which is quite messy, but it smells amazing and it leaves gorgeous results on the skin. And the reason for that is because the honey is very hydrating and very healing. And the enzymes in the fruits help to eat the dead skin cells. And you'll see after you apply this mask and wear it for about 10 minutes that your skin is super glowy. Once you remove it, you'll see how glowy your skin already is. So I apply this mask just to my face, and I let it sit on the skin for about 10 minutes. Once it gets tacky, I'll show you a little trick called tapotement. But for right now, I'll talk about the benefits of this mask. So the honey is very hydrating and it's very healing as well. And the fruits inside of this mask have special enzymes in them which help to eat the dead skin cells. So it's like a little Pac-Man that goes around eating all the dead skin cells, and then when you remove the mask, you'll see how beautiful, glowing, and supple your skin looks. After I wear this mask for about 10 minutes, I remove it with my wet towel, and then I can see just how much the enzymes have eaten the dead skin cells and how glowy my skin looks. I absolutely love this mask. This is one of my best sellers, and the benefits are perfect, amazing. And it's already mixed, so it's easy to use. While I let the honeyberry enzyme mask sit on my skin, I'm going to prep the treatment mask next, and I'll be using the Laurel Skin Gentle Mask, okay? And then I have cleaned out my bowl and my fan brush so they're ready for this mask. I've got my gentle mask in the bowl now. This is about a teaspoon. And then I'm going to trickle in the water into this mask little by little. And then we'll let this steep like a tea for a few minutes. And I'm just adding in the water here. You can see that it's starting to change colors, which is really cool. It goes from this sort of powdery tan color to more of a reddish color. And that's because the plant matter is starting to get activated now. Okay, so keep trickling in some water. You want this mask to get gelatinous. Trickle in water little by little. And then take your fan brush and mix it gently. Just make sure all of the plants are in the water so that everything gets mixed. Now this mask is a little bit more thick than the antioxidant or the brightening mask or the detox mask. Because the plant matter is a little bit thicker, which is totally fine. So we might have to add in a little bit more water later on. But you can see that it's starting to get a little more gelatinous there. Okay, so we'll let that steep like a tea. And now we're going to do our chapotment. So now that our mask is a little bit tacky, we are going in and stimulating the blood flow on top of this honeyberry enzyme mask. You can either do finger movements like this, or you can literally just tap. This feels really good. I like the finger method, just moving them up and down. This method is a little more intense, but you can also do just a couple fingers. You don't have to do all four. I do this for about a minute, really stimulating that blood flow, breaking up that stagnation. I love doing this around the nose area because it feels like it's pulling out all those blackheads. And just be really gentle around your eye area, but it's totally fine to stimulate up to that orbital bone point. You can even do like a little section here. Okay, and that is our chapotment. I'm going to remove the honey mask now with my warm water and wet towel. I just gently hold it there and press for a second, and then I wipe away. I love seeing the results after I wear a Laurel Skin mask. And I can't wait to see how my skin is going to look and feel after the gentle mask. I would love to hear what you guys think after you do this skincare process with the video, what your results are, and if you're happy. Has your skin texture changed? Does it look more glowy and supple? I would love to hear your thoughts. So thoroughly removing the mask is really important. We don't want to leave any of that residue behind, especially the honey. The lighting has changed again in my house. It just keeps coming in and out of the window, which is fine. But for consistency's sake, it's a little tricky. Now we can really see a difference in the skin. It's much more hydrated. It looks brighter too, right? This melasma that I have here is just from years of driving without wearing sunscreen. You know, the sun intensity came through the window, and then this side has melasma and this side really doesn't. So the honeyberry mask helps to brighten, and then also if I use the Laurel Skin brightening mask, that helps to brighten as well. So eventually, over time, if I keep masking really consistently, it will help to lessen the dark spots. And also, if you do gua sha consistently, you know, doing your lymphatic drainage from the inside outside down very lightly, constantly, this will help to lighten up the melasma as well. Now, melasma is really tricky to get rid of because it is so deep into the skin layers. When the melasma is starting to leave the skin and clear away, it actually gets darker before it gets lighter. Okay, now it's time for our treatment mask. Now we'll go in with the fan brush once again with water and wet our skin. Okay. And I'm going to bring this down my neck as well to help stimulate that lymphatic drainage. So I'm really mixing this one more time and then applying this to my skin. If you feel that your mixture is too thick, just add a little more water to lighten up that consistency, to thin it out. You can see some areas are patchy, but that's okay. It doesn't mean that it's not going to work. The plant matter is active when it's wet, so we want to keep it wet on the skin. When you're mixing this treatment mask, you can add in a few drops of your serum into the mask to help it stay wet on the skin a little bit longer, okay? We want to go slightly over that orbital ridge area. This is skin that needs to be treated as well. I always find it so hilarious when I see people taking pictures of masks on their face and then they don't have any mask near this area, and that's a really important area to treat because it's a little bit thinner there under the eye area. It ages faster. And these masks are great because they're very gentle on the skin, but they're super powerful and very effective. All right, so I'm going to bring the remainder of this down my neck and underneath the ear area here is where we have a lot of lymph nodes. So from underneath our ear down to our clavicle, we've got our profundus, middle, and terminus lymph nodes. And underneath here, under the jaw area, we have our submandibular lymph nodes. And there's also quite a few lymph nodes in this area as well. So when we're doing our mask, we want to follow the lymph nodes to help stimulate that drainage, and then down the neck to the clavicle. I think a lot of people forget that the neck is an important part of their skincare routine. I know that was definitely me just a few years ago, but as you age, you really want to treat this area as well as your face. So now we'll let our mask sit for about 15 minutes. You can grab yourself a cup of tea, or you can meditate. You can give yourself a hand and arm massage if you want to. But this is really a time for you just to slow down and connect with yourself and let the plant medicine do its magical work. If you start feeling stimulation in the skin, if it becomes a little intense, a little too intense, and you start noticing redness, then you want to remove the mask. I've never had any issues with the masks personally or professionally, so you just really want to keep an eye out. If you're starting to feel it get super intense and your skin is getting really red, that could mean that you have an allergy to something, so you want to remove it right away. Just rinse your face with cold water, let it sit for about 30 to 40 minutes, and then see how your skin feels after that. But these masks, they will feel a little bit itchy. You'll feel a slight bit of activation, but it shouldn't be anything that's over the top intense, okay? After about 5 minutes, if you feel that the mask is getting a little too tight and dry, you want to go back in with your fan brush and a little bit of water and just rehydrate everything. And then you let it sit for another 10 minutes. Just make sure that the plant matter stays wet on the skin, that way it stays active. Where my mask gets dry first is usually around the forehead and around the mouth area. Now it's time to remove the mask, and I'll be wringing out my towel. Now this is tricky because it can be super messy, and if you have a white towel, you will stain it with the antioxidants. So if you don't want to stain your towel, I recommend using a darker color towel. And then just go in section by section to remove. And I have to wring out my towel a couple of times before I completely remove everything. Whew. Ah, so messy, but so effective. My skin feels amazing. Okay, I'm gonna just rinse my towel one more time and go in and remove the rest of the mask so that I can have a nice clean canvas for the massage. Now I've removed the mask entirely, and I'm gonna go through my skin one more time and just do a little skin analysis to see how the texture has changed, and I'll check it out in the mirror and see what I see, okay? So we're gonna get close here. Oh, lovely. Okay, skin feels awesome. All this texture that I had around my mouth is gone. And around the nose, a little bit of texture, but it's definitely way less than what it was before. Okay, skin feels really nice and supple, very hydrated, way more bright. I'm happy. Let me know what you think about your results. You can send me an email or a DM on Instagram. I would love to hear your thoughts about how your skin feels after doing just these 4 steps. One of the things that I want to talk with you about is the fact is when we look into the mirror, especially as women, we have a tendency to really just rip ourselves up. We'll start nitpicking and looking at all of the imperfections and, you know, thinking in our minds like what I want to fix or what is wrong with me. But the truth is that you are perfect just as you are. It is fine whatever journey your skin is on. I ask you to have compassion with yourself and with your skin if it's not where you want it to be. It's a journey, you know, it's a process, and I don't think that there's ever such thing as perfection. So just be kind to yourself, be kind to your skin, and be okay with where it's at and whatever it looks like. And just know that over time it will heal, and I'm here to help you accomplish that. Next, we'll be moving on to our facial massage, and this is really exciting because this not only helps to stimulate everything that lies beneath the skin, but it feels amazing and it helps us relax. So the first step of the massage is to use the hydrating elixir. I'm using hydrating elixir 1, but you can use hydrating elixir 2. And I'm gonna spray generously all over my face, neck, and décolleté. And you can shake this too before you use it to emulsify everything. Okay, really saturate the skin. I did way more sprays. I'm super generous with the sprays, but you can do like 7 to 10 sprays if you want to. Next, I'm taking the Day Balm, and this is quite a bit more than you would use just to moisturize your skin. The reason why I use this much is because, again, I'm working on my décolleté, neck, and face. Okay, so I'm gonna warm this up in the hands, do an aromatherapy. Just take a few deep breaths. Okay, and then apply. All right, now we're gonna start stimulating the décolleté first. And you can go in these back and forth motions very gently, and then working over the collarbone, okay? The neck, behind the neck area. And I'm doing motions very gently, circular motions, like almost feather light, to help stimulate the lymphatic drainage. And you might feel a little bit of salivation starting to happen because we're really activating this area. Really light, gentle movements. Okay. And then we'll go underneath the chin, very gently. About 6 times, 6 to 10 times in each area. And you can slow it down if you want to. You don't have to go this fast. Working from the inside of your face to the outside, just gently pushing all of this fluid to the edge of your ear, and then gently pulling it down to the clavicle, okay? So 1, 2, 1, 2, or you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. However you feel comfortable. Okay? Pressure is super gentle. What we're doing is stimulating our lymphatic drainage. Now, if you have any serious health issues, I highly recommend checking in with your doctor first to make sure that it's okay that you do this lymphatic massage. If it's not, then you can try pressure point massage instead, or go to a professional, somebody who is certified in, working with someone with diabetes, for example. But I would not do this if you have any really serious health concerns, because the lymphatic system is connected with the cardiovascular system. I just want to make sure that everyone is healthy and safe and happy, okay? Now, we've moved on up the face here. Working under the eye area can be a little bit tricky. Now you can do these little gentle circular motions, gently stimulating underneath your eye area. Okay, you can rub back and forth really lightly under this orbital ridge here. You can also do little movements up and down. Really lightly. You can do a little temple massage here, just gently in circular motions, stimulating the temple area, helping us to relax, breathing deeply. Okay. And then on the forehead, we'll be going back and forth in this C shape, really lightly. You can also just do 1 and 1 or 2 and 2. Okay. I can already feel a little bit of tingling. My skin is getting gently, softly pink, which is great. You can also go in circular motions like this, up to the hairline, which feels amazing. Again, if you have Botox or fresh fillers in the area, just be really, really gentle. We don't want to put any kind of pressure that will push them out and around. Okay, for these lines in here, these 11s, I'm just going to gently stimulate in a crisscross motion with friction. And this is a little bit more firm here. Now we're going to take our Live Long and Prosper hands and just gently stimulate with light pressure underneath our ear area. And we're doing some pumping motions, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pressure is going down, releasing, down, releasing, down, releasing, okay? So another 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we're going to bring it down the neck to the clavicle. So 1, 2, lightly, 3, 4, really light, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we'll do a few pumps above our collarbone here, okay? So 1, very lightly, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then across the collarbone, okay? So that completes the lymphatic drainage massage. Now we're going to go deeper into the muscles to help really stimulate and lift everything up, okay? So hopefully you have enough slip on your skin. We're gonna start working our way up with medium pressure over the trapezius here, up the neck to the ear area. And you can use your knuckles too. That feels really lovely. Not too hard, but enough to where you feel a relaxation happening. Working your way up the muscles. This is medium pressure. Be really careful in the middle of your neck, especially if you have thyroid issues. You might want to avoid or omit this area. But this feels really nice. We're lifting and toning. You can also take your knuckle and just do these circular motions on the trapezius and the sternocleidomastoid. This feels really, really good, and I'm already starting to relax. And you can do in the back of your neck here. Okay, you can do over the shoulders. You can give yourself a hug. Now we'll be moving up the face, okay, with medium pressure. I'm taking my thumb and my forefinger and just moving back along the jawline with medium pressure, okay? You can do this 6 to 10 times. Okay, so we're gonna use our knuckles and just gently place your face down. Knuckles should be going under the zygomatic bone. Let it rest there, and then you can gently massage under. Hold it. Gently massage under. Gently massage under and out. You can also use your knuckles to release jaw tension here, especially if you have TMJ. This feels really good. And you can start light and work your pressure into medium pressure. As you can see, I'm going in circular motions here. I personally have really bad TMJ. I woke up with a very bad headache today, tension headache. So this helps to release that tension. Breathe deeply. And then you can platysma muscle here. The platysma is the one that holds all of this here and pulls down. So we're going to release it. You can do up and down motions, and you can do both sides at the same time, or you can do one side, whatever feels good for you. With medium pressure, I'm going up and down here. Just make sure that you have enough slip on your skin, because you never want to bruise your skin. Okay. Now we're using those knuckles to our advantage. And we're stimulating the blood flow and also working on a deeper level so that we release that muscle that holds all of this tension, okay? We can work from inside out. So this is the youth lift line, and what this does is it runs along the jowl area here, and it's a line that literally goes straight up through the temple into the hairline. And so we're following that line up so that we can lift and tone the muscles of the face, okay? And as you can see, this side of my face is much more lifted, and we'll do the same on the other side. So we're following that youth lift line, which starts right around here and goes all the way up into that hairline, okay? Stimulating the blood flow, lifting the muscles with medium pressure. And this would be a type of effleurage movement. So it's one right after the other. Feels really, really good. Now we're going into the forehead with medium pressure. We're doing our C motions. You can use one finger or two, doesn't matter, whatever size forehead you have depends on how many fingers you use. I have quite a large forehead. So this medium pressure here is starting to stimulate that blood flow. You can also do zigzags up and down if that feels good for you. This is a little more aggressive, but it feels nice. When your blood is really stimulated, it gets kind of itchy underneath the skin, so that's good. And we're going back to the temple around the eye area. And we're releasing tension around our eye area by using medium pressure, especially around on top of the eyebrow. There's some pressure points here. There's three pressure points actually, right here, and right here. And you can press those three pressure points and then go around. Just be really gentle when you're coming back underneath. Gentle and then pressure. Gentle and then pressure. Gentle around and then pressure. You can also squeeze the eyebrows to release tension. I never realized how much tension I had, but I've been working on the computer a lot more, so my eyes feel a bit more strained. And when I do this release around my eye area, it just helps to relieve that eye strain and tension. So how does your skin feel? Does it feel amazing? Oh, I can feel the heat definitely in my face, but that means that I've stimulated movement and I've got some prana and chi and life force energy moving through my face and my neck as well. It's always really great to start on your neck first and then work up the face and then go back from the face down to the neck. What this does is it stimulates and opens up these meridian channels that we have in our neck, and then it brings life force energy to the face. So this is a very important component of facial massage. And if you don't do the neck first and you just focus on the face, you're really not getting the full benefits of facial massage. I've only got one more step left to do, and I'm kind of sad that it's coming to the end because I was having so much fun doing this with you. But we'll be doing our elixir, so give it a good shake. Go through and spray your neck and face generously. 7 to 10 pumps is fine. And then take your serum. Okay, I do about 5 to 7 drops. Okay, and then we press it into the skin. And you can go under your eye area a little bit too. You can tap it in, bring it down the neck. You can just gently swipe it across the face if you want to. Pressing is really nice, feels good, and it presses the product into the skin. So that's it. That is our 7-step holistic skincare process. And actually, I don't want to call it a process. I want to call it a ritual, because that's what it is. It really is a ritual. And my skin feels amazing. Now, I would love to hear from you guys. How does your skin feel? Did you get great benefits from this? I'm so happy right now. My skin feels amazing. It looks amazing. And I hope that you have the same experience as I did. I've had an absolute blast with you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. I would love to hear from you. So please let me know if you've done this ritual with me. How does your skin feel? And are you glowing and radiant? How is the texture of your skin? And I hope that you found this video informational or valuable to your skincare journey. And I wish you a beautiful day. I'll see you soon.